Deputy Speaker. The public are expecting action in relation to small boats and illegal migration. The main issues raised with me are illegality, asylum seeker hotels and safe and legal routes, and I will come to a number of those points in a moment. It's clearly extremely dangerous and not sustainable to have 45,000 people arriving across the Channel in small boats, many of whom are paying people smugglers. It's not sustainable for our own communities in housing and on services, and with many councils, including Labour councils, saying that they absolutely cannot cope and are not able to take additional people at the moment. The Stroud public also know that this is an international issue, something that's often lost in some of the debate online, but it's an international issue and it has a very serious national security bent too. So I find that away from social media and the noise of shouting down anything, literally anything, that the government tries to do on this issue, away from all the yelling, people really understand that the government has to do absolutely everything it possibly can, and given that we are legislators, it's not surprised that we're going to try and do legislation. So on the issue of hotel accommodation, my constituents know that I have worked really hard and I've actually been very careful not to use my social media or my platform to draw attention to hotels within Gloucestershire and to attention to asylum seekers in our county, because given the attacks on various hotels and places around the country, I don't think it's fair or responsible to communities to do that. I've instead spoken to people directly, I've held meetings, I've had police down to particular parts of my constituency, and I have, however, spoken before about my disappointment and indeed anger that hotels have been placed in inappropriate sites, rural and down areas that we know will cause difficulties. These hotels have to close. I want to hear from my right honourable friend more about when that will happen. On safe and legal routes, like many of my constituents, I of course want to see safe and legal routes that is controlled. I think unfortunately this term has become quite nebulous. We do have to nail down what that means, and the reality is that I do think that we should have the safe and legal route policy working alongside and transparent to this bill. I think it's good that it's referenced, but we do need to have the transparency, and I want to know whether the front bench, my right honourable friend, will consider creating a super clear and simple safe and legal route policy. I looked to this recent Spectator leader that talks about a simple policy of a safe route being created for each illegal migrant that is returned. That's gloriously simple. I think it would deal with a lot of the concerns for the public, and I think it would also pull the pants down from the opposition.
Order.